What documents do you need to settle an Illinois dog bite case? Hi, I'm Josh Rohrscheib. I'm a personal injury lawyer in Central Illinois. And when we're ready to attempt to settle a case for a client, we will send a demand letter to typically the dog's owner's insurance company. And in this video, I'd like to talk about the supporting documents we send with the demand letter. So the first document that we'll send with a demand letter is the animal control report. It's a good idea immediately after a dog bite to call animal control so they can investigate, take pictures, take witness statements, issue any appropriate citations to the dog owner, and they will also prepare a report. And the report is very important evidence to gather to send along with your demand letter to the at-fault party's insurance company to help show them what happened. Related to that, a second document, in many municipalities, there are ordinances against a dog running at large, or ordinances requiring a dog owner to control their dog, or ordinances that will fine a dog owner if it attacks someone. And when a dog owner is cited for an ordinance violation, they may simply pay the citation. They may go to some kind of a hearing, or an administrative court hearing, or a county court hearing, where there will be a transcript and evidence. And in cases where something like that happens, we like to gather the transcript and any evidence from that hearing and see if it might be helpful to our client. If so, we would send that evidence along with the animal control report to the insurance company. Next, we start gathering documents to help prove the nature of our client's damages. And these documents would include their medical bills, their medical records, and also records that might help establish any potential need for future medical treatment, or estimates as to the costs of future medical treatment. This comes up quite a bit in dog bite cases, especially cases where there's significant scarring and there's an anticipated need for future scar revision surgeries or plastic surgery. In cases where we want to go ahead and try to settle the client's case, but we know that it's possible they'll need some kind of additional procedures, possibly years down the road, we will try to get a letter or some kind of a statement from the physician who's treating them about what kind of care they anticipate the client needing in the future. Another type of medical record in dog bite cases might be mental health records. So because dog bite cases can be very traumatic, unfortunately many of the victims of dog bite cases are children. Often dog bite victims need some kind of counseling or therapy. When our client has been through something like that, we would typically either get medical records from the therapist if our client's comfortable with that, or in some other cases we'll simply ask the therapist or counselor if they would prepare a letter outlining the ways that the incident impacted our client's life. Another type of document that we will attach to the demand letter when we send it to try to settle a client's case would be photographs. Now this can include several different types of photographs. We may send a picture of the dog if we have one, particularly if it's a large, dangerous looking, menacing dog. We would send pictures of our client from before the incident, so the insurance company can get a feel for who the client is and what they look like before the attack. And we may try to send some pictures of the client with their family or doing something they enjoy to give the insurance adjuster just some idea of who the client is. And then we'll also send pictures showing the damage caused by the bite or the actual injuries. And in dog bite cases, because they can often include scarring, we will typically also include present day photographs that will show how the scarring looks when it's fully healed. Sometimes we will work with professional photographers in cases with higher potential values where we think that may really be helpful, because a professional photographer will understand lighting and they will often be able to really capture the scarring in a photograph in a way that will be more compelling, or help us make sure that the insurance company understands just how big of an impact this bite had on our client and their life. Another type of damages that you may have if you've been injured in a dog bite case, especially if you had to miss much work, or if it cost you any kind of professional opportunities, would be lost wage records. So we may get something from your HR or some pay stubs, and use those along with off work slips from doctors to help establish a wage loss claim for your case. A final type of document that we may gather and send is really kind of related to the first. I mentioned animal control reports earlier. Well, it's a good idea to also do a request to the local animal control authority. In addition to getting the report on your specific incident, it's a good idea to send a request. It's typically a Freedom of Information Act request to see if the dog that bit you had any prior bites. It's useful to know if you're dealing with a dog that was already known to be a dangerous dog, a dog that had a prior bite history, because that kind of evidence can increase the value of your claim because it can suggest to a jury that perhaps the dog's owner was particularly irresponsible because maybe the dog's owner should have known they had a dangerous dog and taken even greater care to prevent your injuries. Well, hey, I hope this information is helpful. If you're thinking about trying to settle a case with an insurance company, we'd really recommend that you take advantage of a free consultation with an experienced personal injury lawyer. Whether or not you decide to hire a lawyer, a lawyer can at least give you some idea what your case might be worth, or maybe talk to you about what to include in a demand letter, or take a look at your demand letter that you've drafted and give you some pointers on it. It won't really cost you anything to talk to a lawyer about your case, and frankly, dog bite cases can have a substantial value, so it's really worth your time to make sure that you get it right when you're trying to negotiate a settlement for yourself. If you have more questions about dog bite law, I've got a lot of other videos and information on my website, and I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video.